Hey, I'm Rejected Shotgun. So there's really big news about a potential new hero called Hammond, but what everybody seems to be skipping over is the fact that this announcement actually confirms the existence of a new upcoming lunar base map called Horizon. So while I will talk about the hero Hammond in another video, today I'm going to talk about the new map Horizon on the moon. So let's talk about it. So Blizzard has dumped a lot of really interesting information on us in the form of these blog posts and Twitter posts all over the social media page for Overwatch. And what I find really striking about this is that nobody is talking about this map. There is very clearly a brand new map coming into Overwatch, and everyone seems to be so focused on the hero Hammond. And while, of course, Hammond is a very exciting development, what I am most interested in is maps and new places to play the heroes that we already have in the game. So, what we see here is an image of the Horizon Lunar Colony. On the official Play Overwatch Twitter account, they posted this image with a lot of really interesting hints and clues and things, but what we notice most of all about this image is the fact that there's this little E point and it's orange down at the corner, and we see this big overview of the top of a map here, and overall, this looks like an Overwatch map with all the capture points. Now, don't get me wrong, there's way too many capture points on here for an actual normal 3-point map like regular maps that we have in Overwatch, but if you look at the structure of this overview and map, I think there's a very good possibility what we're seeing is actually artwork from a map that is on Blizzard's end. And I think that the Horizon Lunar Colony is already done on Blizzard's end, as they have confirmed repeatedly there are 3 new maps coming to the game. They released 3 arena maps for 3v3 and 1v1 in the anniversary update. Of course, we have them, they're great, but Blizzard also confirmed 3 more new maps on top of those 3. And the new 3 that we're going to be getting are official modes that you can play in quick play and competitive. They're either payload or capture point style maps, or of course the hybrid of the both of those. Now, one of the main reasons that I think this Horizon Lunar Colony map is going to take place is because there was a data mined voice line from Winston a while back, and it's actually him talking about the moon base as though he were there. Now listen to this voice line really quickly.
To go back to the moon? I don't know.
That was data mined out of an Overwatch patch not that long ago, and this got a lot of people thinking that there was going to be a lunar colony map, but because nothing else came out of it for a long time, it felt like people kind of forgot about it. Now, I think this ties in perfectly here, because if you were to play Winston on this Horizon Lunar Colony map, this voice line would be exactly something he would say, like when you're in the starting room on one of the attack maps, or you're on a defense point and your characters are just saying things to each other and just saying things out loud. This is definitely something Winston would say were he to return back to the Horizon Lunar Colony. This one piece of evidence alone has me convinced that I am certain now this map is going to come out when the supposed hero Hammond also comes out. Now, my guess is that the Horizon Lunar Colony is going to be some kind of payload or hybrid map, but from this image, we can see that there's a whole bunch of potential capture points laid all over the Horizon Lunar Colony. Now, that on its own is very fascinating and makes me believe that this is the new map just from the get-go. However, as I was saying earlier, there's a lot of different capture points here, and I don't necessarily think that this is the actual layout of the capture points unless Blizzard is thinking about trying a new type of map and a new type of game mode. For example, when Overwatch first released, there was mainly just a payload and hybrid style where you had to capture a point and then the payload would come out and then you have to push the payload to the end. That was King's Row back in the Overwatch beta. And then there was pure payload maps like Route 66, and then there's pure capture point maps, which is like Temple of Anubis. Now, I think it's possible that Blizzard is going to be taking this all to the next level. We have new maps like Oasis, then we had Nepal, and those are attack objectives where there's a single capture point and both teams are fighting to get to it. I think it's possible that there's going to be a new game mode where there's an extremely large map where 2 teams can fly all over this whole huge map, but randomly, capture points will start to open across it. The only reason I'm thinking this is because of this image here. You can see there's so many capture points in what looks to be a fairly detailed map, something that wouldn't just be drawn up for concept's sake. So, taking this all into account, I think it's very possible that we are going to see a lunar base map, and it might actually have low gravity, as a lot of people were suspecting. While we do see in the short with Winston in the cinematic, there is very normal Earth-like gravity on the Horizon lunar colony, which is assumed to be because of some kind of gravity technology. As we see with Zarya, gravity technology in the Overwatch universe isn't anything special. It can be done. However, I still think it's possible that there will be a low gravity area on this Horizon lunar colony map, because if you take a good hard look at this map, you'll notice while there is a lot of building structure on and around the middle, there's also a lot of open space. If you see the letter G by the bottom right and the letter A at the top left, those are both outside of the actual colony, most likely out on the surface of the moon. Now, I don't think this whole map is going to have low gravity, but I do think low gravity can be found on the outside of the map, which may make for some very interesting gameplay. It would be very, very difficult to balance a map that is low gravity overall, but just making a map with only some areas low gravity and having those low gravity areas also be very large and open seems to be a much more fair and balanced way to handle the idea of low gravity in a video game. Now, it's basically confirmed that we have this as a new map, but we don't actually know exactly what it looks like, and unfortunately we're going to have to wait to see what this entire new map looks like. But because of the Winston voice line and because of these new leaks, including the potential for a new hero who Jeff Kaplan quote said is on the horizon, and literally they're on the horizon because this is the Horizon lunar colony, it is very safe to say this new map will be coming very soon, and I for one am excited, so excited for this map, and I hope that you guys are as well, because this is just going to be fantastic, absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving all the new maps lately, I'm loving all the new content, and Blizzard is really outdoing themselves. That is all the information I have about the new Horizon lunar colony map. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been enjoying my videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, or just leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. However, that is all the content I have for right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.